I'm going to give you a quick tour today of the new library functionality in TPE Web. This allows you to save your shot plans and to organize them into lists by theme, whatever topic you want. In addition, you can save a visual search, which is where you specify, I would like the moon or the sun or some other target, a star or nebula, to appear in a certain part of the sky with other certain conditions also imposed, such as total darkness, moonless night, twilight, etc. And you can organize those into lists as well. So let's jump in and I'll show you what's new. Okay, first thing I'll show you is how to save a shot plan. Here I am in the town of Ashcroft, the ghost town of Ashcroft in Colorado, a relatively dark place. Mountains, the Milky Way core is to the south here. We're just at the start of astronomical twilight and the moon is not yet risen, so we have a small window to do some Milky Way imaging. For example, how can you save this as a shot plan? So you come down here and you see the little document icon with the plus. I hover over that, I click, and it's saved. That's it. Let's say I want to edit it and give it a name. So I will call it Milky Way over Ashcroft. And I can add some links. If you've got a general information link, you can add some notes, etc. And you click save. And you see that that is now saved down there. And if you hover over it, it will give you a little description of what that is. So we can add to that. Let's say I want to add in some photo gear, and I'm going to choose this camera and I'll use, let's say, a wide angle lens. And I'm going to zoom out so I can control that. I will pull the subject distance in a little bit like that and just compose the shot. So let's say we're going to have it like that with the Milky Way core just over to the left. You can now see that the shot plan has this little black dot next to it which says that there are unsaved changes. And I just click the little save button there and those changes are now saved, which means it's included the camera selection, the focal length, the field of view, equipment, etc. as part of the shot plan. So now let's move over to the library page. This used to be called saved locations because that's all it contained was your saved locations. But now in library you'll see that we have locations, shot plans and visual searches. So all of your saved locations are available as they were before. No real change in how that works. The shot plans, here I have 4 at the moment, and there's Milky Way over Ashcroft, which is marked as open. That's the one we're looking at the moment. And it gives you the description that you saw and a preview of it over here with a little bit of the information that was saved as part of the plan. Now you can, it's already open, but you can reopen it from here. You can open it with its saved view parameters, so you get the app to look like it did when you saved it. Or you can close it. You can also open a completely different plan. So I'll click here, TSE, Total Solar Eclipse 2028 over Sydney Harbour Bridge. There's the preview. And I'm going to open that with its view. And it opens. And now we are in Australia, and we're at the point of maximum eclipse with the eclipse happening over here, the Harbour Bridge, photographed from over here. And you can see down here we now have 2 plans open. So that's the one I just opened, and here's the other one I had, and now here you can switch straight back to it just by clicking that, and we fly back. The date is reset, the field of view is reset, and you're getting back to where you were before. So it makes it super easy to jump between different planning scenarios. And if you wanted to save this, adjust it and save it as a new one, you can just click that and it'll be saved as a new plan if you wish. Back in the library page, a couple of other things you can do. You can favorite these shots. You can add them to one or more lists like that. That's optional and your lists are down here, but that can be a nice way just to organize things for your convenience. And you can also export, and we have a couple of things you can export. We have a new file format called .tpe, as you might expect, which will archive all the information in that shot plan. Internally, it's a text format, so you can read this and inspect it yourselves. There's nothing difficult to parse about it. And it also includes a link to a schema, so if you're interested in understanding how the files are constructed, you can go look at that. You can also export it as a KMZ or KMZ file, and that will open in other apps, and it will open in Google Earth, and it will contain all of the details that you have shown here. And some apps will be able to parse more of that than others. You can try that out for yourselves. Now let's have a look at a new scenario. What I want to do, I'm going to set something up afresh. I'm going to close these two. I can just close and close. And then I'm going to go to a new location, Eagle Rock Observation Deck. Here I will click there. I'm going to turn my field of view off for now. And I'm going to come into the 3D mode. And we're going to look over towards Manhattan. And I will zoom in. I'm going to crank this up to max just so it looks good. So there's Manhattan in the dark over there. And I want to show you a new trick. So I'll come to today, right now, and I'm going to now show you how to do a visual search. I have one that's already come up there, but I'll draw it afresh so you can see this. I say I want the moon anywhere in that zone there. It cuts it off for the horizon at the bottom there. And then I can click through, and on the 27th of August, the full moon is going to be rising through that part of the sky. So two things we can now do. One, we can save this as a search. You just click that save button there. This is one. I'll save that one. There we go. And it gives it a default name. So I'm going to just change that and call it Manhattan Moon ESB, Empire State Building, Midtown, just so I have a clue as to what it's about. I can add it to a list if I wish. I save it, and that's now a saved search. And from that, if I come back to the library, I now have my saved search. There it is. And if I click that, it gives you the shooting location, and it's got the parameters. And again, you can export that into these two formats. And for example, if you save this visual search as KMZ file, then open it in Google Earth, the camera in Google Earth will point in the direction of where you've said you want the sun and the moon. So that's how you can save visual searches. Again, you can favorite them, you can add them to the list, and it's an easy way of getting back to a set of conditions. One more trick. Back here, I come back and look at this one. I go, that's actually really neat. I would like to save that shot. I'm going to compose it like that. I will add some gear. I'm going to use my longer lens here and zoom right in. Something like that, as that's going to be my shot approximately. And now you can save that as a shot, and I can call it moon over Midtown, whatever I want, and save it. So then you can save your shots from the search, and I can come forward, find the next opportunity. There we go, flick through these, and you can save these whenever you want. Now, because I'm changing the date and the time, etc., with that plan open, it's marked as having unsaved changes. Let's say you don't want to change that original one because that was the August 27th plan. You can just close it, discard the changes, and then that is unchanged in your library, and the search is still available, which is quite nice. One thing about searches, they don't come with a date attached, so you can load the search and it will apply from whatever date you start from and search forward from that point. So very easy to load and reuse, etc. Let me show you one more thing. I can do a list, import demo, I'll call it. Give it a color, create a list. And here you can import all sorts of different files. So KML, KMZ, GPX, GeoJSON, Planet PFT files or .tpe files themselves into a list. I suggest you import into a list to keep things nicely organized. And then you can work with those files directly in TPE and re-export them later as you wish. So that's a lightning tour of the shot planning and visual search functionality in the new library, and I hope you enjoy using it. So thanks for watching. I hope that was useful, and I hope you'll be able to make good practical use of this new library capability in the web app. And if you've liked this video, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like if you enjoyed it, and please do visit app.photoephemeris.com and try all this out for yourself. See you in the next video. Thank you.